Okay, so I originally wanted to make my commentary of me talking about GONER like kind of like a video essay type thing where I script out a whole thing and then read it out or whatever, and then make a nice high quality video. But I've come to realize I can't really fucking do scripted content. That's just, I don't know, I can't read scripts to save my fucking life. So instead, I'm just gonna fucking yap without any script or really any planning either. Usually I plan these out in my head, but this time I haven't, so let's see how many fucking tangents I go on. But, anyhow, GONER is a level that I beat at this point quite a long while ago. Probably 2022? But yeah, it's been a while. I beat it while it was still on the list, and I actually first attempted it while it was fucking main list. So basically, how the story goes is, I don't remember why or how I found this level. I'm pretty sure I just found like a video of it or something like that at some point. Looked at it and I was like, hey, this is a pretty cool level. This kind of reminds me of like Melv with like its cool effects. This level also has very cool effects. I think I just on an impulse decided that I wanted to try and beat it. And at the time I initially went for it, this was main list difficulty. It was actually at number 62. So that was pretty fucking crazy. I was also playing on LDM, so because I couldn't figure out, at least back then, I couldn't figure out a way to get the level to run on full detail and on 300 FPS at the same time, and I wasn't exactly about to beat a new fucking hardest on 150. That was just not gonna happen. So I think I spent like 8,000 attempts then, and I got 80, and then I dropped it. I don't quite know why. I think I intended to take a break, and then I did what I always do and forget to ever pick it back up. So you have to fast forward a bunch, and then some amount of time later, when it's like in the 140s to I think it was in the 140s range. Maybe it might have been like 138 or something. I don't remember. It was pretty low on the list by the time I tried again. And even then, I still think it took me like 2 different like full sessions, if I remember correctly. Sessions as in like, the period of time in which I'm like consistently grinding the level. And this time I actually played it on full detail, and I only died at 76 this time instead of 80, and before I actually beat it. So yeah, that's basically the weird slightly convoluted backstory of me getting to beating this level. But anyhow, onto the actual level itself. GONER is probably the best level in Geometry Dash that I've beaten. There's probably levels out there that I haven't beaten that I think are better, such as Melv, which I have played a good bit. I've played through the whole level. I've done decent segmented runs of it, and it's really fucking good. But of the levels I've beaten, GONER is the best by, I think, a pretty good fucking margin. The only level that I can think of that comes close off the top of my head is Well Rested. That's the fucking name. Yeah, Well Rested is the only level that I can think of immediately that is in the same quality range as GONER. That I've beaten, of course. But anyhow, let's actually fucking talk about GONER and why it's such a cool and good level. First of all, it's just it works with the song in a way that I think very few levels are able to do. The cohesion with the elements of the level, its gameplay, its effects and whatnot, works so well with the song that the creator chose, and that in and of itself is much better than almost any level you find on the fucking servers. My voice might be a bit shaky because I'm kind of cold right now. Yeah. And then what's also good is just the decoration of the level in general. I cannot think of a single improvement I could make to the level, even with 2.2 effects. I guess you could make it more fucking crazy or whatnot, but I think what it already has is basically perfect. And then of course arguably the most important and best part of GONER is its gameplay. not a balanced level at all, but that's like why it's good, because it's unbalanced in a way that really adds to the experience. It makes it a super unique level that's incredibly rewarding to play. So you can basically split the level to 3 parts. The pre-route, which is 0 to 17, the midsection, which is 17 to 55 if I remember correctly, and then of course the final wave. The first 17% is really fucking hard. The cube timings are partially blind. You have to like memorize all the weird finicky timing windows that are like all different for each clicks and whatnot. Even once you've learned all of it, it's still pretty hard to pass. And it basically sets up a whole lot of tension every time you pass the pre-drop, and it kind of just like sets up your nerves for the level to like slowly build up off of that. So once you actually manage to pass the pre-drop, you enter the midsection, which is quite a bit easier than either the pre-drop or the last wave, and I think that's a good thing because the part is not meant to be hard. It's just meant to build on your nerves. It's basically just there to just kind of build up tension and, you know, have you play through. It's still a hard part. Like, you still need to remember stuff and, you know, learn visual cues if you can, and kind of you still have to be focused. You know, it's not something where you can kind of just, you know, autopilot through. You still have to, you know, be awake, I guess. I don't know. And it's just able to, and as like the songs like building up, the level itself is also kind of like making your nerves build up along with it, and it pulls it off really fucking well actually, and it really sets up the climax of the level, which is the wave, which takes up nearly half of the fucking level and is easily the best like individual part of a level I've probably ever played in Geometry Dash. It's absolutely fucking insane every time you get there from 0. And the wave itself is easily the hardest part of the level. Certainly not mechanically. In fact, mechanically, if you like strip away the decoration, the wave is by far the easiest part of the level, but it's the effects that make it unbelievably difficult, especially on full detail. I don't know why I'm just mentioning it now, but if you're playing GONER, you need to play it on full detail to actually properly experience it, because on low detail, it's just the difficulty just gets skewed in the wrong way, and it isn't able to do what the creator has like intended. You know, you don't get the creator intended experience simply due to the fact that it fundamentally alters the balancing of the level. But back to the wave. Learning the wave is such an incredible fucking experience, because it's such, like, initially it is such a brick fucking wall to try and break through, but you, like, ever so slowly, you like slowly piece together like little like snippets of each bit of the wave, and after a certain point, when you're able to actually like string all the parts together into like one single run, like, that feeling is fucking insane. It's so fucking cool to be able to like actually start doing the wave. You know, it kind of feels like you fucking like ascended or some shit. You know, it's kind of crazy because you're basically looking at a fucking hurricane of just like red, black, and a white. But you know, you've figured out all the click patterns and learned all the little minuscule visual cues you can rely on, and suddenly you're just fucking doing it, and it's cool as fuck. And like, especially when you're like going at it from 0, when you have all the nerves and stuff that are like that have been built up by the time you reach the point, like it's just such a cool part, and it works so effectively. I honestly never really got like pissed off at the level or anything. Like it was just incredibly enjoyable all the way through. And the fact that I beat GONER when it was such a challenge for me, really added to the experience. I think if I were to beat this level when I'm like much better at the game per se, I don't think it would have impacted as hard, and I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much, simply due to the fact that the amount of time I invested into the level kind of added to the enjoyment factor, honestly, because it just made that, you know, breaking through that memorization barrier and like actually being able to like consistently do parts and like stringing larger chunks of the level together just that much more fucking gratifying and satisfying. Yeah, well, so like, I don't know, in conclusion, I don't know what the fuck to say. It's just a really good fucking level, and that you should play it if you can. Yeah.
I need your help to take him out. I need your help to take him out. Though I'm weak and beaten down, I'll slip away into the sound. The ghost of you is close to me. I'm inside out, you're under